What's up, YouTubers? My name is Jan Pauk, and today we're going to learn how to play and strengthen an F chord. And I do play it without a bar, which is much easier. I think it's just as effective, and I'm going to teach you just how to do that. We're going to learn how to put what finger on what string, of course. Then we're also going to learn how to take off the chord and hold that shape, which will help you strengthen it as you learn it. I'll teach you how to do that. And then we're also going to learn how to move the shape around on the guitar, which will help you further strengthen that shape and get you ready for chord changes. So grab your guitar and let's get started. So the way to voice an F major chord will be by putting our index finger on the first fret on the 1, 2 on the second string. And we're going to go all the way up to the metal bit without being on top, all the way to the sweet spot. If you're on top of the metal bit, it won't sound very good, and if you're too far back, it won't sound very good either. So go all the way to right before that fret. Then next we're going to take our middle finger and we're going to go on the 1, 2 on the third string, again all the way up to that fret. Then we're going to use our ring finger on the third fret and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the fifth string. And then we're going to use our pinky on the same fret, on the third fret, on the 1, 2, 3, on the fourth string. Now if you want to play an F like this, it's going to be very important that you mute the bottom string, the E string, the one closest to the ceiling, with your thumb. And the way to do that is by just slightly touching that sixth string with your thumb. You don't have to hold it down or press any frets, and you'll get some ugly notes. You want to just slightly touch it to where it makes a muted sound or no sound at all. The same is going to be true for the first string. Mine is muted. I'm touching it with part of my index finger by not arching all perfectly over the strings, maybe by moving my hand back a little bit. It's very easy to do. So I'll have an F chord that only has the inside strings, which is all you need for strumming. I know how to play the bar chord, and I like it just as little as you do. This one is much more comfortable, gets the job done 95% of the times too. If I do need a bar on the F for some special melody or something that I want to play, I can use that too. But in the meantime, this is my go-to F chord. This is the one I use most of the time. So let's go over those places again. First fret, index finger, 1, 2, second string. And our middle finger is on the second fret on 1, 2, 3 on the third string. My ring finger is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the fifth string. And then my pinky is on 1, 2, 3 on the fourth string on the third fret. And my thumb comes in to mute the bottom string. Now once you have the chord on, you can quality control it by picking all the strings. The bottom string closest to the ceiling will be muted. And then you'll have the fifth string, fourth string, third string, and so on. It'll probably sound maybe not all that clean, but I'm going to show you what to do for that chord to slowly clean up and sound better and better for you. Now you're also going to want to make sure that the first string on this F chord is muted. And you accomplish that, I'm touching it with kind of this part of my index finger below the tip, and or by not arching all perfectly around the first string to get to the chord, but by being rather comfortable, you can pull your hand back a little bit like you were giving the guitar an Indian. An Indian is when you grab somebody's forearm and you twist it in opposite sides, right? We all did that in high school. So think of giving the guitar an Indian a little bit. That first string, if it's not muted, move your hand around until it's dead. So you want to have a dead first string and a dead sixth string, and you want only the stuff in the middle to ring out. So no first string and no sixth string. First thing we're going to do is we're going to try to take the shape that we just made, and we're going to strengthen it by pushing all these fingers together. My index finger should be touching my middle finger, and should be touching my ring finger, and should be touching my pinky as well, as opposed to say like this, where every finger is all by itself. This is very hard to hold, like your fingers will lose that shape very fast. However, if you take that and by bringing your thumb over the neck, you let all your fingers connect. Now that's a shape I can hold. That's a shape I can slide around. So push all your fingers together, and once you know how to do that, the next step will be to take the chord off to see if you can hold that shape. So I kind of get my thumb out of the way, and then I slowly take my hand off, and can I hold that shape? Right? Well, can I hold it? The way to find out is to try to put it back on and see how much your fingers might have lost their position. Maybe they went to a different string. Right? So what you do is you want to strum it to make sure that the chord is still working, and then you take it back off. Hold it for a little bit, put it back on, strum it again. If something sounds very off, like if something sounds like, then you'll know that somehow your fingers got off whack, right? So again, index finger, first string, second string on the first fret, your middle finger is on the 1, 2, on the third string on that second fret, and then our ring is on the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the fifth string on the third fret, and our pinky is on the 1, 2, 3, fourth string on that third fret. And you want to do this taking the chord off and putting it back on and quality controlling it, I don't know, 10, 20 times. Shouldn't take long. It's something you can do while you're watching a movie. Right? It's going to help you strengthen that chord. And then after you have that, you want to learn to move it around. And you'll do that by lifting the pressure off of the chord. The sound will die. And then your sense of touch should be telling you that you're still on those strings with those fingers. And then you start sliding around. We're going to go to where we play a G, to where your index finger is on the third fret. Then we're going to lift our pressure off of the chord again, and we're going to slide all the way up until we have a C chord where your index finger is on the 8th fret. And then we're going to lift the pressure again, and we're going to go to a B flat, which is index finger on the 6th fret. And then from there we'll restart, lift the pressure, slide like a train on train tracks with your sense of touch telling you, hey, I'm still on all those strings. The tips of your fingers are very sensitive. They'll tell you that they're on those strings still. And we go back to an F. Now when you first do this, as you slide your chord around, it'll fall apart, your fingers will lose their place, they'll go to the wrong string. But this exercise is actually going to solve that for you, and it's going to give you a lot of strength in that chord, which will be awesome for playing songs with it and using it in your playing. So let's turn this into an exercise. We're going to go from F, which is index on the 1st fret, to G, index on the 3rd fret, then to C, index on the 8th fret, and then to a B flat with your index on the 6th fret. And I'm going to give you a limited amount of time to do that so that you allow yourself to progress. If you give yourself too much time to learn techniques on the guitar, it's not as effective. It's still effective, but just not as effective if you ask me. So let's give this a shot. Starting on an F chord, index is on the 1st fret, and you have that F shape going on. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Give it a strum, and 1, 2, up 2 frets. 3, 4. 1, 2 to the index on the 8th. 1, 2, index on the 6th fret. 1, 2, 3 back to F, 1st fret. 1, 2, index on the 3rd fret, and 1, 2, index on the 8th fret, and 1, 2, index on the 6th fret, and 1, 2, and back to F. Ready? 1, 2 to G, and 1, 2 to C, 8th fret. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Let's go to B flat, 6th fret, and 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This, by the way, works on an acoustic guitar too, so let's try that. Let's go ahead and try it one more time, this time on the acoustic. It's the same thing. If you have a Spanish or a classical guitar, the neck is much wider, and you will not really be able to use this voicing. So this is for your steel string acoustic or for your electric guitar. Let's try that exercise one more time. Form an F. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, up 2 frets, and 1, 2, index on the 8th fret, ready, and 1, 2, index on the 6th, and 1, 2, back to F, ready, and 1, 2, 3, let's go to G, and 1, 2, index on the 8th fret, and 1, 2, 3 to the 6th fret, 1, 2, 3, one last time, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you're pretty good at sliding around the chord, you can add some strumming, and you can make something up, or you can use these chords that I showed you. You could maybe do something like this. The point is that if you make something up yourself, change something around, make it yours somehow, it's going to be a better learning experience if you ask me. When you write, you learn the most. When you learn a cover by somebody, yeah, you learn a bunch of stuff. But if you somehow tweak that a little bit and kind of call it your own, the memory of it will be stronger if you ask me. So always feel free to take an exercise and change it around, make it yours. You'll remember it better. So thanks for watching. I hope this stuff helps you guys. Again, this is not a cheater chord. This thing works great, and you can combine it with other ways of cheating around bar chords, if you will, to keep your thumb over the neck and be more comfortable. So have a good time with it. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon, hopefully.